Well, hey Libra, welcome back to PeonyLore, where we help you to find the beauty in all things. This is going to serve for the sun, moon, and rising sign from the 8th of March to the end of the month and into that first week, ending up around the 4th of April, which aka happens to be like Easter. I hope that your first week of March was well, and that first weekend of pre-spring for most of the sites that I'm aware of, are the locations here in the Midwest and other locations that got buried with a little bit of snow, have had a chance to dig out. Thank you. We are going to conduct this reading with some support, and that support, as I have explained to some of the other different signs, every zodiac sign has an angel that's assigned to that sign, at least one. And the angel that I'm working with here for Libra, and I'm bringing this up to your guys' attention in case you need to call on some additional support, is Archangel Zuriel. So Zuriel is responsible for all of the Libra crew. So if you ever need some additional support, feel free to call on Archangel Zuriel, and he will support all of our Libra friends here. Okay? Now, just as I've done with each of the different signs, again, the angels don't get twisted up when it comes to language, but they do like the vernacular. So the people that are meant to have and receive these pieces of information are my people when it comes to a little bit of snarkiness. And so we're bringing out the naughty unicorns to have some conversation for our Libra. And basically what this is going to boil down to is the central theme for what it is that Libra needs to be able to be aware of for the remainder of this month. You're also going to be supported with that energy directly with the fairy energy. So we actually had two cards that popped out, and so we're going to go ahead and remain with those two cards, and we'll see what comes out with the fairies here, just to kind of bridge the gap. And then we're going to go into our reading just as we have. I know it's the first one. They said shuffle again. So the remainder of the weeks here are going to be the energies of the week of the 8th, which obviously is starting today. And then at the end of that week, you're going to get a different oracle card until we get to the end of the last week, the beginning of the first section and portion of April here, 2021. So the cards are not meant to be read for one particular day of the week. I think you guys understand that. It's just the energies. So let's see what the fairies want to offer and marry up. So it's going to be this card that's here. All right. So we'll put our fairies down. And the central theme, Libra, okay? We have wish wisely and we have magical blessings. So use your wishes wisely to manifest your heart's desire and take practical steps towards making your dreams come true. And then the second one is magical blessings. Whatever it is that you're going through, you're being assisted by the magical fairy blessings, and the fairies say that you can bless others too. So the first card that I have is shame, regret, and guilt. Those are just bullshit. You need to forgive and you need to let that shit go, okay? And then the other card that we have here is believe what you see. And face reality or live in a fucking la la land, but you need to be able to choose bravely. So I think this goes with this one. Wish wisely, choose bravely, magical blessings, whatever it is that you're going through, you're being assisted by magical fairies. You need to let some negative energy go, and you need to move forward with some of the blessings energy for what's out there. So that's going to be the central theme of what most Libras need to work on here for the remainder of the month of March into the beginning of April. So we'll put these little guys right here, and we are going to utilize the same deck that we did for another sign. I think it was Leo. I think we're going to use the Touchstone Tarot, and we're going to follow that up with clarifications with our White Sage Tarot deck here. Let me move these little guys over. I don't foresee any, what do I call, reversed cards in this particular reading, but if there are any major arcana cards that pop up, then we will we will clarify the major arcana cards. Okay, so as we get started here, we're just going to kind of recap the first week of March. Well, March 1st, we had the moon in Libra, which actually had a opposition to Chiron and Aries, okay? Then on the 3rd, you would have had Mars going into Gemini, which would have created a lot of restless and irritated energy, especially when it came to speech or what it is that you were trying to articulate to somebody as you were trying to figure some things out. Hopefully you went slowly, because that really would have been the only advice at that particular first week. The next transit actually doesn't happen until Wednesday of this week, which would be the 10th, where we have the Sun in Neptune, which is in conjunction to Gemini. So whether or not you think something's going to happen, whether it's in your particular energy or someone else that you're working with, there's some secrets that are going to come out. And for some people, it's going to involve a lot of soul searching when those particular details come out. All right. Then the 13th, which is going to be this upcoming weekend, is when we have the new moon. So hopefully there's an opportunity for those of you guys that appreciate and take advantage of the moon magic to boost your new moon manifestations. You're able to take care of that. Obviously, we're going to hit daylight savings time on Sunday. Then on Monday, our next big transit happens, which is going to be Mercury in Pisces. Okay, so your concentration could very well be off, okay? It's going to be very airy-fairy energy, if you will. So you just kind of need to be mindful of that. But let's go ahead and see what the cards have to say for the remainder of this week, okay? And again, we're trying to get past some negative feelings that have potentially cropped over from the remainder of February, at least the beginning of the 1st of March. Shame, regret, and guilt. Things that do not belong to you. You are in your full capacity to let those things go with a little bit of forgiveness for yourself and for whoever else may have been involved in that particular situation. All right. Do we have any other cards for the remainder of this week for the 8th? Yes. Wow. Am I meant to take all 3? They said yes. Okay. So this is exactly what they want to talk about. There are no cards in the reverse position, as I stated before. And we only have, we actually have 2. Oh, we have 3. Well, here we go. So I have 3 cards that will clarify here towards the end. So what this is indicating to me, I'm going to move a few things over, is that for sure, Libra, you're carrying some energies on from either the ending of February into that first week of March. So let's get into what it is that we see here, okay? The first card that we have here on deck is the 6 of Swords. So it does indicate that there were some challenges that you were getting through. All right. It indicates that you're trying to go in a new direction, and it does look as though you're coming out of rough waters into calmer waters. And the other thing that I'm getting out of here very much is that there's a lot of guidance that you were accepting and taking on in doing that work. The next card that presents itself in prior energy would have been the 5 of Cups. And so, yeah, very, very much indicative of a fact that there was some regret. That's exactly what this is. There was some regret. You know, you've got the 3 cups that are spilt over, but you've got 2 up here. You can't do anything about those cups that have spilt over. You just can't. You've got to be able to move on and take these 2 cups, one in each hand, so that you can make new choices and then you can kind of move forward. Where that boils down to is this 3 of Cups energy. Or beg your pardon, 3 of coins or 3 of Pentacles. And so the energy that comes up with this is work, apprenticeship, collaboration of some sort. It all had to do with something that was going on with 3 individuals or 3 ideals or 3 concepts that were trying to blend together to create a new foundation. So there was a lot of harsh energy that is still in your energy, which is why they're showing up and they're presenting. However, like I said, the universe is asking you to try to get past that. The current cards that are up here for the remainder of this week is the 8 of Swords, which I like, the Hermit, which I like, the Star, which is awesome, and then also the Hangman, okay? So if you understand that you've gone through like a little bit of craziness or some kerfluffle or whatever the case may be for whoever happens to be in your party, could be an official work situation, it can be, like I said, a collaboration of any individuals. The 8 of Swords is absolutely indicative of you being able to go with blind faith is honestly the answer that I want to say here. It's simplistic, but it's the truth. It's go with blind faith. So as you can see, her eyes are covered, okay? And these ties that bind her are so loose. Like there's really nothing that's holding them there. So these little 8 swords that are standing down here, I think some people say that, oh, you're stuck with something. But at the end of the day, it's just blind faith. It's like, you know that the only person that's creating this boundary is you individually. There's nobody else that's doing it to you. So this is your stinking thinking kind of a thing, trapped in fear kind of a thought process. And you can get yourself out of this thought process at any time that you want. So what I'm very clearly seeing here is that the Hermit, right, our major arcana for our Virgo energy, is, and I think some of you guys are on the cusp because the same type of thought process was also within their reading. So some of you may want to go and take a peek at that Virgo reading. But the Hermit is asking you to continue to see the light and continue to follow the light. And that goes back to this original guidance that you started to see towards the end of February, the beginning of the month, that particular week. So the Hermit also is talking about making sure, where you can, all right, to use your good judgment. And the other thing that looks like is happening here is that there's some benefit of some heart healing, because this is heart chakra energy for sure. Then we move on into the star energy. And I love this energy here, okay? Major arcana of the Aquarius sign. And so the star is talking about, first and foremost, a huge granting of healing that's coming towards you, but also an opportunity for you to reset and to kind of get yourself together whilst you're going in here and recreate those things that it is that you want to be able to have. All right. The other beautiful card that pops up here is the Hangman. Okay. Another major arcana card. And the Hangman is really indicative of, in this area, going within. Now, in this particular card, the Hangman, he's actually like up. Most of the time you see the Hangman down, but if you just take a look at the actual artwork that's on here, you can see that he's tied up, he's bound up a little bit, and he is being forced to contemplate. That's really what it boils down to. The Hangman also indicates that there's more spiritual insight that's coming towards you. Okay, that's kind of what this disc or this halo is kind of all about here. And so basically the universe is supporting the fact that you went through some shit and to the best of your ability, you're trying to get yourself out of this particular situation, continue to see the light, right? You're getting rid of these swords. There's nothing that's holding you here. There's no gate that's holding you back. You can walk freely anytime that you want to. There's some definite healing that's getting ready to come up, because you're going to be asked to kind of dig in a little bit deeper within yourself here to recognize what else it is that you have to bring forth. That's really the basic of kind of where we're at for the remainder of this week. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go in and I'm going to clarify these major arcana here, okay? And this is kind of a big deal. But it's good. You know, anytime the universe recognizes that we're having a challenge, they definitely are going to come in to step in and to support us. So, yeah, the Hermit's asking you to go in a little bit here. And the Strength card, also another major arcana for Leo, is sitting here on top of it in the reverse position, indicating that you're tired. And that's what a lot of it boils down to. You're tired, you're lethargic in a sense, and you need to kind of go in your cave, and you kind of just need to be on your own for as much time as you can, just to kind of get your thoughts back in order, okay? I'd like to understand why the star is here and what other information the star would like to provide. Yeah, it's business related. So you just don't have the drive or the passion at this particular moment to do the things that you do. The Queen of Wands sitting here in reverse position is entrepreneurial energy. It's definite work energy. It's boss lady energy. It is, or boss man. It is, yeah, you need to be able to restore at some point. I'm going to tell some of you people, if you've got PTO available because you're working, you might want to go ahead and throw some time in there, maybe before the Easter break, if your company happens to celebrate that particular holiday. Show me the information about the Hangman, please, for our Libra. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What else is needed to know with this Hangman energy that's sitting here? Well, we've got a story, and so we're going to take it. So when the cards clump for me like this, it all goes together, okay? And they're all meant for this Hangman, because this is a lot of energy that's required here. It is a healing. It is energetic downloads that you are going to receive. You can't receive them unless you're taking the time to take this, going within. Good Lord, I can't speak tonight. I'm so sorry. You got to go within. You got to go into your hermit mode. Go into the cave a little bit. Get your thoughts together. Take the healing that's coming to you. And then when this Hangman shows up, it's embodying and it's releasing, right? You don't have to self-sacrifice yourself to anybody or anything. You just need to be able to kind of change your perspective a little bit about what's happening. And we have the King of Cups. Somebody's not emotionally available, whether it's you or anybody else that's specifically in your energy, which is what they're asking you to take a look at here. The Seven of Wands is asking you to step into your power, and it's asking you to not let anybody else step over you. And it's indicative of the fact that you're going to find out what you need to know about any individual that's creating challenges for you. The Hangman's also going to change the perspective about you being in the Nine of Swords energy, which is lack of sleep, which is anxiety, which is just really, really, really negative thoughts. And those negative thoughts are going to create a tower moment for you. So the universe is kind of giving you a heads up here before the end of the weekend in order to make some changes that are going to be the best for you. Now, the tower does not always have to mean that it's going to be, you know, major catastrophe or anything like that. But it does indicate that there's going to be some sort of a surprise. If you're being given this level of information and you don't heed the different warnings that happen, the tower is going to come in with a different force, okay? The tower indicates surprise. It indicates information that you may not know about. But at the end of the day, if you can kind of just go in and receive these particular downloads, I believe that you're going to get the clarity that you need here in this particular week in order to get past all of this prior pain, okay? So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to move these cards over just a bit. We'll move this little guy over here so I can move this up. Place these additional cards over here. And we're first going to go in with an angel therapy card here for you Libras, okay? So let's find out what the angel therapy wants to offer for this remainder of the week here. At the end of the day, though, like I said, even though you've gone through some boo-boo here, you've gone through some shit, it does look like you're going to be in a good position if you can just kind of ground yourself and get back into your particular energy. By just going in and changing your perspective. And, you know, air sign, you're good at that anyway. You just don't need to you don't need to be in this over analysis paralysis type of a thought process in order to get where you need to be. All right, therapy angels, advice for our Libra for this week, please. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Okay, so the advice is heal away addictions. It's time for you to let go of behaviors that are blocking you from your heart's desire. Ask Archangel Raphael to help you with this healing. Okay, so the addiction doesn't necessarily have to be with drinking or drug or any of those types of things. It can even be food. But at the end of the day, what they're asking you to do is get your shit together. Get it together, people. Get it together. Let's get you back in your feels. Let's get you back on your, you know, back into your passionate aspects here. Let's get you healed up a little bit here. Let's get you back to where it is that you need to be. And, you know, there's nothing wrong with actually having the feels of being sad, of being upset. You need to be able to honor those different feelings. But the reality is that you cannot stay there for too long. Otherwise, it's going to start to affect your vibration. So even if it's letting go of behaviors of anger, okay? Somebody is very angry also is what I'm seeing here. Letting go of the anger and allowing other people to come in and help you when you need to have that help is actually going to be supportive. So that's the advice of the angels for this particular week. I'm going to move this little guy over here to this little dilemma bob, and let's see how we can manage to move our space up just a bit. All right. Nothing too crazy there. I think it's all practical but and decent advice. And of course, I'm paying attention to this because you guys know that Libra is super heavy in my chart. But now we're going to move on towards the week of the 15th. But before I do that, let me just say this about that. This new moon that's going to pop up on the 13th, please utilize it. Even if you're not a moon magic person, all you have to do is grab a piece of paper, okay? Write a line down the middle of the piece of paper, okay? For every new thing that you want to call in, I don't care what it is, right? On the opposite side of the paper, make sure that you list what it is that you really are prepared to let go of in order to receive the thing that you want. So the A side is, I want this. The B side is, I'm ready to release this in order to get that A component, okay? That's just simple. Even if you just write it out and you don't do anything else with it, at least subconsciously you are making an agreement with yourself that you're going to try to do the best thing that you can, okay? Now, Now we move off into the 15th. I'm going to shuffle those one more time. And I already said that Mercury is going into Pisces. So your imagination is going to be kind of running a little bit wild at that particular moment. Not for everyone, but potentially could affect you. And if it's not affecting you, it potentially could be someone else that's in your energy. But just try to just be very practical where you can on the 15th, okay, that Monday. So what we have here is the Nine of Wands. Excellent. This indicates that whatever it is that you're doing here on the weekend is going to be a fruitful effort. The Nine of Wands is very indicative of the fact that you're spiritually ready to take on the next thing from a spiritual perspective, from a practical or earthen perspective. What it indicates is that you've put those 8 wands of challenges behind you, and now you're ready to move forward. You've got one more in you, which is exactly what you need. You need to be able to get this rest. Now we follow that up with the High Priestess. And the High Priestess that shows up is very indicative of what's going on with your third eye, this knowledge. Okay, so some of you guys your chakras are going to start really like popping off here this particular week and some change. The High Priestess is talking about making sure that you use your innate intuition and your knowing about a situation. Okay, very simply and articulately, that's exactly what's going on. All right, well, it wants to be this bottom card. So then we go into the energy of the Four of Cups. Okay, so you've got one more in you. You're ready to go back up to, you have been battle weary, but you're ready. You've pulled yourself together with this Nine of Wands. There's a piece of information that if it hasn't been provided to you within this area is going to it's going to spark, and it's going to really come to fruition. Now, what it is that you need to be aware of is that there's an offer coming to you with this Four of Cups. There's an offer of some sort coming to you. And it's the universe actually bringing this offer to you. Now, it could be facilitated through somebody acting as the delivery person, but the universe is bringing something that you need to you. What you have to be cautious of is just making sure that you don't poo-poo anything. You don't have to make a decision right away. So I would caution you to make sure that you are taking a look here. Because what it looks like to me, where it is that you had these two cups that were available to you as far as choice, you're trying to make that right choice. They're giving you something else to give you that third cup there, okay? They're trying to give you something that will be joyous. So don't poo-poo it if you have an opportunity that comes to you. You don't have to say yes right away, but at least take a look at it and don't be aloof. Because, there's a second opportunity here. This is the Wheel of Fortune. We got the Wheel of Fortune. So again, you don't have to say yes to anything right away, but you shouldn't say no immediately either. Just kind of marinate on the information, okay? Take a look at it. One of those beautiful, well, thank you so much, I'll get right back to you energies, right? Okay? It wants to be that one. And Page of Wands showing up here saying, yes, there is someone that is going to be here to help restore the passion in something, a new passion project, a new energy, something else that's coming towards you. So this actually looks really good. It looks like the majority of the work at this point is going to be done towards the end of this particular week. But let's go ahead and clarify the High Priestess, the Wheel of Fortune, okay? Please give me more information about the High Priestess and anything else that she wants to be able to reveal to our Libra here this week of the 15th. Thank you, thank you, thank you. 1, 2. There it goes. It's these two. Yay! 5 of Swords in reverse. That's badass. It looks like you have buried the hatchet with somebody, or there's going to be information with regards to this fight or this issue that popped up for you probably within this, like I said, the previous energy of the past week and some change here. You're getting over it. You're letting it go. Now, the energy of the Lovers that's here indicates to me that there's a partnership, and it doesn't have to be relationship partnership, but it is going to definitely be some sort of a partnership. I'm very strongly getting work out of this, or project-based something that was going on. So you are releasing yourself from whatever this choice was that you felt you had to do, okay? Because the Lovers also indicates a choice that must be made, all right? And you're releasing something where you thought you had to make a choice. The Empress, the High Priestess is here to let you know that there is a little bit more to that, but you were right, which is why you're carrying all this anxiety with you, because it's like, you know you're right, guys, you know when you're right. But it sometimes can get a little bit hard to articulate. But explain to me now why the Wheel of Fortune is here for a Libra this week of the 15th, please. What's our second chance? Another opportunity. Based on the offer, you say. Okay. Well, are you going to spit out the card or what? They're telling me to shuffle. So while I shuffle, I'm going to talk to you about the rest of the fun things that are going to come up the week of the 15th. Really, it's not going to be until you get towards, again, the latter part of the weekend here. When we get into the 20th, that's when we go into the equinox period. So holla, right? Equinox period, the beginning of Ostara. Also on the 20th, we have the sun in Aries, which is actually going to be a great time for projects and actually getting outside and actually any challenges. And if you are extremely connected, you're already going to start feeling this energy way before you end up here on the weekend. But it is going to seem like challenges are made very, very easy to you. Come on now. What's going on with the Wheel of Fortune? Thank you. Page of Cups. So you got the Page of Cups and you have the Page of Wands. So there is going to be an emotional, look at all these cups. They're trying to give them back to you right away. They're trying to help restore you. The Page of Cups is here with a new heartfelt offer. So whatever this offer is here, this is going to be wonderful. You really need to pay attention to whatever this offer is that's going to be showing up this particular week. Is there anything else? Yeah, they said there's one more in there. So we talked about the 20th. Now we hit the 21st as we start to get ready to curve the energy here into that following week. So like Sunday the 21st, I think it is, Venus is going to be, Venus in Aries, right? Venus is traveling into Aries. And so there are a lot of things are going to be focused on new business. Page of Wands. There's going to be a lot of charisma and charm. And for those of you, whether you're single or coupled up, a lot of, new loving, hot, sexy time. There we go. That's the group that wants to come out here. Let me move these back here. What do we have? Yeah, Page of Cups. There we go. The Moon card comes out. So, and then we also have the Major Arcana of the Death card. Okay, so something is going to transform for you. And it's going to be kind of a big deal. So the Page of Cups, like I said, coupled with this Page of Wands here means that there, again, it could potentially be a younger water sign. It could potentially be a younger earth sign. It doesn't have to, or fire sign. It doesn't have to be, but basically there's somebody that's coming to bring you news. You're going to be receiving news of some sort. With it sitting next to the Moon, and I'm seeing this, like I said, with all this other major arcana confirming it here, you're going to be asked to, make a choice. And that choice that you're going to be asked to make is going to be based on your intuition, but it's also going to be based on, and I would be really paying attention to your dreams at this particular week, because it looks to me like you're going to be receiving a lot of downloaded information. Now, the Major Arcana card of the Moon, like I said, Cancer or Pisces, is okay. It is about your subconscious and it is about your emotions. Okay, it is. But it very heavily indicates a lot of dreaming that's going on here. So there's information that's going to be showing up to you in your dreams. Then we have the Death card, the Major Arcana of Scorpio that's sitting here. Okay, this is transformation. It's straight up transformation. So there's definitely a change that's coming for you. And then also this indicates a lot with your crown chakra, with your dreaming, with this Moon and the Death card that's sitting here. So that's kind of a big deal. Nothing to be scared of. If you're already open, then you kind of understand how to manage those energies. If you're not, just be aware that you're going to start receiving a lot more flashes of insight, and you could see a little bit of sparkles. You're going to start seeing more of the sacred geometry and or numerology, 111, 222, 333, those different types of things. Just pay attention to your thoughts when you see them. And again, I always encourage people, grab out a piece of paper from next to your bed, or a recorder if it happens to be your phone, and just try to record the emotions that you recall more than anything else from your dream state, because that's going to give you a lot of insight when you have a chance to sit down and think about it. Whew. Okay, so now we move on to the energy of the week of the 22nd. So we talked about the 21st as far as Venus and Aries, charm and charisma. But the other thing that happens on the 21st is we have Mars in Gemini, trining Saturn in Aquarius. Okay, So there's going to be a lot of increased productivity for people. There's going to be a chance for a lot of reorganization and strong focus and perseverance on something that is that you're working towards. So I very strongly feel that this is going to be Libra's month when it comes to manifesting what it is that you want to have happen. Come on, there we go. Let us see. Yep, Seven of Cups. Choices, choices, choices. For me, this isn't indicating that you're being challenged a little bit to recognize the different choices that are available to you, but it does mean that there's a lot that's available, and you just have to pick one. Start with one and go to two in practical order, okay? Aries is all about making sure that you have organization and order. This Nine of Swords that's sitting here, again, is indicative to me of a majority of the downloads, which could potentially be keeping you up from that weekend. But if you can get your thoughts together, look at this beautiful energy that happens right after that. You get the Nine of Coins, which is talking about a lot of independent, being able to be independent again, strong in yourself again, kind of like a restoration in a will. It also does talk a lot about nature. So there's going to be some messages that are going to be available to you if you can get outside and get into nature. And then you get the Ten of Wands. You are going to be releasing burdens. You're going to be able to drop something that is no longer for you. It's done. Whatever has been going on and has been a challenging situation, it's done. There we go. And then we have the Knight of Wands. So the Knight of Wands is going to help to spark whatever this new situation is for you. The Knight of Wands is coming to help like carry you all the way through that. So we don't have any major arcana that's sitting here. We're going to clarify now with the Angel card and see what's going on with our Libras for the week of the 15th. First and foremost, looks like they've got a lot of downloads and other energies that are coming through to them. What's the advice from the angels on this particular week? Thank you, thank you, thank you, Libra. And then we will do a clarifier with which Keeper of the Light would like to step forward for this week here of the 21st, 22nd, depending upon how you, Sunday, Monday, depending upon how you think about it. Come on now. There it is. Ba-doop, ba-doop. Holy Love. Yep. So the Holy Love card that shows up is indicating that there's a lot of galactic stuff that's getting ready to happen for you, Lightworker. And for others of you that aren't, that are going through the beginning portion of the awakening process, you're going to start receiving a lot more information here. And the basic thing that at the end of the day that they want to make you aware of is that these energies are for you. Okay. And I'm going to ask the Keeper of the Light to support this particular week here. The week of the 21st, 22nd, which master would like to step forward and offer additional support for our Libras should they choose to call on you. And there it is. Hey, look at that. The Cosmic Hippie himself. You got Master Jesus. And he's also indicating the message of forgiveness. You're on the path of light. So make sure that you choose love and forgiveness. And Father healing for some people could be part of the shadow work that is going to be made available to you here that needs to be worked on. So you should be aware of that. Okay. So you can call on Yeshua, Jesus, Sananda, however you learned him and his energy at any point that you would like to. And he will obviously step forward and try to support you directly. And he can bring anybody else in that needs to be within the fray. Okay. So now we're going to grab our deck and we're going to go into the last week, really, of what it is that we've got going on, okay? So that would be the 28th, the 29th, the 30th into that first week of April. Now, I also want to dial it back just a nub because we talked about the increased productivity and the reorganization that's going to happen like on the 22nd. On the 23rd, which is a Tuesday, Mercury goes into Pisces, okay? And it squares Mars in Gemini. So there really could potentially be some internal battles, not with anybody else. It's more with you. This Nine of Swords energy. It's more mental at that particular moment. Here's the deal. If you start a new project up and through here, okay, don't shortcut. Follow that project all the way through. Be in your integrity, okay? Again, Forgive yourself if you're thinking about doing that, but also forgive yourself if you're overtired. And again, you've got to bring this forgiveness component in. The other thing that happens when you get towards this weekend, everything happens on the weekend. On the 26th is a huge, huge, huge day for the veil being really, really thin. So on the 26th, Venus actually conjuncts the sun in Aries. And so what's going to happen is you're going to get the energies of kind of what happened on the 21st between in one particular day. Okay. First, if you are connecting with spirit, you are going to have a lot of strong connection. Period. End of story. You're going to receive some extremely quick responses to all the questions that you bring up. So I would be all about your personal affirmations. There it is. I am strong. I am, I am, whatever it is that you say after the word I am is just really super emphasized at that particular moment. So, you got to get a Post-it note, stick it in your car while you're driving to work, or you're going to the grocery store, or you're doing whatever errands. Continue to do that. You don't have to pick 17 of them, but you can pick maybe 1, 2, or 3, and let the universe support you in being that. Okay. Then we obviously hit Passover the week of the 27th. On the 28th, we have a full moon. So on the full moon, that Palm Sunday, you have an opportunity to really release the things that no longer belong to you, okay? And I believe that is exactly where Yeshua is coming in at that particular moment to help you, like, truly forgive for your own peace and sanity. Ooh, this is juicy. I love that. Ace of Swords, clarity from the universe, a gift from the universe on clarity. Anything that you need, you're going to receive that. It's going to be crystal clear, okay? Then you have Temperance, Major Arcana. The Temperance card is also a healing card. The Temperance card shows up to talk about moderating yourself, in a sense. Body, mind, and spirit. Sagittarius energy, balance. Patience is the other big term that's going to come out here, right? And again, it's another healing card that's being offered to you. Very much throat chakra oriented here with this Temperance card, okay? Now you have this Three of Wands energy. Let me just double check. Yes. You have this Three of Wands energy where you may have had a block before. Now you have agreed to do the things and take the steps that you need to be able to take, and the universe is going to meet you right where you're at this precipice. You are ready to start receiving the gains of whatever it is that you have asked for, right? So that's actually a really good card. Then that's followed up by the Two of Cups. Two of Cups is indicating, very high spiritual union, okay, in that realm. It is also indicating coming together of two like minds. If you happen to not be coupled up with anyone, it could be a new partner for work, or someone else that you would maybe be working with in a department. It could be anything or anybody. It also can be a potential for you to restore what's going on in your own personal relationship, because at the end of the day, what you get is the Sun card. You can't get better than this, Libra. You know this. The Sun, that major Leo energy, the solar plexus energy that's here, vitality, completely restored, okay? Self-esteem off the chart. We're talking success of anything that you need. Money, potentially. New contracts, potentially, restoration in a relationship, okay, just harmony. It's harmony and it's victory, and it's the most positive card that you could get, but also, like I said, your self-identity. So since we do have a couple of majors, we're going to go ahead and focus on the Temperance card and also the Sun, just to see if there's anything else that wants to be able to come up. Obviously on the 1st of April, it's April Fool's Day. I have to say it. That's what's up. Yes. The Temperance card is going to be here to help you balance a little bit of this authority or lack of authority, or getting back to getting your groove back. Major Leo Arcana here. Also, the Leo major here. If you have still been feeling as though you're not completely in control or organized, trust me that you are. There's another card they said, so let me go ahead and pull that. I love these majors sitting on top of the majors like this. There it is. What do we got? Yeah. You're going to be back on top of the situation because you're releasing conflict at this particular moment with the Five of Wands in reverse. You're done. That's a beautiful situation right there. The Sun card. Well, what else can you tell me about the Sun card for Libra? as they get towards the end of March here into, no, 2 shuffles, they said, great, into the beginning of April. I'm so excited to go from all this drama to this beauty at the end of the day. I'm so excited for you. Oh, this is so good. This is awesome. Thank you. 8 of Swords. Yeah, releasing yourself. So this is the same card that was here. Blind faith, releasing yourself, choosing to walk past something that, you know, releasing yourself from that self-imposed limitation or those binds. That's all in your brain, okay? Releasing that. And so the Ace of Wands. So yeah, so this new passion project. So where you had the Page of Wands show up here, then you've got the Knight of Wands that showed up here. You graduated. So just because the Ace of Wands is kind of sitting in the reverse position, it doesn't mean that it's not coming to you. It does mean that there's something that's getting ready to happen in the month of April with this Ace of Wands, this other gift that's getting ready to show up for you. And I think that is absolutely fabulous, Libra. Seriously. Okay, what else do we need to pull? I want to be able to pull a couple oracles of the Radiant Sun just to see if there's any other galactic information that I can share with you or that would kind of help support. Oh, well, how about if we shuffle that one more time? And then we will follow or finalize this reading with the Sacred Geometry card just to see what else we could possibly support you with here. All right, let's round this out, Universe, Libra. Yes. Ostentation. Whoa. Control. So the ostentation card is the energy of Saturn in Taurus. There it is. Here we go. Okay, yeah, that's where this, yeah. The control card is Jupiter in the sign of, what is that? What do we got here? That's Capricorn. So that's very strong energy here, right? It's super strong energy. But it's not meaning out of control. It's meaning controlling, like, yourself. And then this indecision card that comes up, I'm not... Really, this energy that's coming up here, in my opinion, is the weekend of the 21st. You potentially are going to be affected by this Libra in Aquarius kind of a situation that's popping up here on the 21st. So there could be some indecision. Like I said, there is going to be challenging thought processes for people. That airy-fairy energy, like I said, you guys that are connected, you already know that you feel the energies before a lot of other people do. So just be aware of that. Okay, just be aware of that. And then the very last card that we're going to pull out for our Libra here is our Sacred Geometry card, just to see what else the universe wants to share with you here. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, come on. Let's try that again. Genesis pattern and reflection. Interesting. So I don't normally do cut cards like this, but for some reason I just felt the need that I needed to just try to take a peek. I knew that reflection, like I said, it's a part of this major part of the reading, but let's see what actually pops up here. Wow, this has been a long read. No, that's not it. This has been a longer reading, but I don't care. I try to be as thorough as I possibly can because you guys aren't going to technically see me until like the second week of April. So I'm trying to give you as much detail as I can. Make sure that you stop it, rewind it back for the weeks. I'm not going to timestamp it. I'm not going to do that. Maybe I'll do that going forward. I don't know. You guys will have to just let me know if you think that's something that would be easier for you as I break it down week by week. I don't know. It just popped into my head that maybe that would be easier for people. All right, Sacred Geometry card for our Libras for the remainder of the month of March into April 2021. Anytime now. They are a little bit sticky tonight. What is going on? Well, I don't know why I even second guess myself. Vitality. Energize your whole being. Temperance, that's the energy of temperance right here, right? To be perfectly honest with you. This reduces down to the master number 11. So starting something new, walking through the gate, moon energy, taking that guidance from the universe, energize your whole entire being. So I'm going to just pull the oracles out real quick and just try to wrap it up as best as I can that way, because I think it would be easier. Whatever it is that you were going through at the end of February, the first week of March, wish wisely. You've got this new moon that's showing up on the 13th. Please take advantage of that where you can, okay? And then magical blessing. Whatever it is that you're going through, you're going to be assisted by the fairies, and you have the capability of blessing other twos. Shame, regret, and guilt, those are just bullshit, okay? So forgive and let that shit go. And then also believe what you see. Choose bravely, okay? Face reality or live in a la-la land, but you got to choose bravely whatever choice it is that you make. What's going to support you more than anything else, because this is not substance more than I'm getting as much as it is negative thought. I'm tapping my head, negative thought process and negative talk and nasty communication with other people. Even if you don't say it out loud, you should know whatever you think comes into existence. So as much as possible, take advantage of the holy love and these downloads that you're going to be receiving. You have Yeshua, Master Jesus, talking to you also about forgiveness. You're on the right path. Just get to that point where you can just let that shit go, all right, as much as you can. And then that will inevitably have a restorative effect on your body itself, because you're not holding on to that negative frequency. You're letting it go and energize your whole being. Okay, Libra, that was as thorough of a reading as I could possibly get. If you have any questions, I invite you to comment. If there's anything else that you want to bring forward, I really do. I like to read the comments. I have a lot of people that email me. That information is in the description box below. I have no problem. Reach out and connect. If you found this reading awesome, just as I did, and you resonated with it, give it a thumbs up, give it a like, okay? Share it with someone else that you think might enjoy the content and energy. If not, make sure that you are taking a look at your sun, moon, and your rising, just to be assured that you're getting the full picture. I am taking bookings for the remainder of March and into April, so if you need a little bit of one-on-one time, that information is also in the description box below. Other than that, that's what I have for you, Libra. Thank you very much, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.